body, reduce inflammation, and improve sleep. It is also non-addictive and has no known side effects. If you're interested in trying CBD, check out our website at www.hypnotizeme.com. And remember, if you're not hypnotized, then you're not doing it right. That's hypnotizeme.com, www.hypnotizeme.com for our high-quality CBD products and drinks. Hypnotize Me, a sponsor of the Boss Fest podcast.
It seemed like everybody want to be a boss these days. Everybody want to be a boss till it's time to pay out, you feel me? Till it's time to pay that boss cost. They ain't trying to have them tough conversations. Ain't trying to put in them extra hours, catching that windfall money, dealing with folks not being consistent. Don't get me started on the lack of sleep, but you know what they say.
Boss Life, BOSSFEST, the Boss Fest podcast. Each and every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, guaranteed to get you right. BOSSFEST, the Boss Fest podcast. They might make you laugh, make you mad, make you cry. Either way it go, it's a vibe. Tune in, catch the topic, get the tea. Ain't no shallow waters over here, we get deep. You sensitive, easy to offend, you need to flee. But them tough conversations gonna be happening. Boss Fest podcast, they hold it down. Wednesday, 7 Eastern, man, it's going down. Tell a friend to tell a friend and y'all gather round. Get active in the comments, don't get lost in the crowd.
Hey, what's happening? It's your man DJ Bush. I had to show love to Kevin and Edwina, Boss Fest Butlers. Y'all know what time it is, the Boss Fest podcast. But you already know what we live in.
Boss Life, BOSSFEST, the Boss Fest podcast. Each and every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, guaranteed to get you right.
Welcome to another edition of the Boss Fest podcast. We are back again at Blaze Barbershop in Winter Haven, Florida, located in the Spring Lake Plaza. Y'all know who your boy is, Kevin. I got my lovely wife here beside me. Wayne, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Y'all see, we got company and you get it right.
I just said I'm good. Let me be good. Keep going.
I'm gonna let her keep going. But y'all know whenever we got company, we like to get them involved with the Boss Fest energy. So we're gonna allow these people to introduce themselves. So start ladies first.
Okay. I'm Jasmine and I'm the creator behind JD Lux Hair Creations.
That was the shortest intro ever.
I said hello. Don't give her too much. I just said hey.
My man gonna do better. I'm ready. Let's go.
My name is G Set. I'm a local barber about to start up at Blaze Barbershop. I'm also an artist. I do tattooing as well. But just as a hobby, I do art, paint, murals.
You do everything.
Everything. I specialize in tapers, fades, kiss cuts.
My man, edge up and tattoo up and
But I was looking for a tattoo artist, so I mean, it might be. You find everything at Blaze. I'm with it.
See, I had a joke.
It wasn't gonna be funny.
It wasn't gonna be fun. It was gonna be dry. But
Oh, they say you do locks.
I do.
Okay.
I do
The
bohemian locks.
comments is coming.
Oh, okay. So I do bohemian locks. So how I got into bohemian locks is I saw someone offering it in Tampa, and I wanted the locks because I like how they look. It was human locks, and I didn't see anyone offering in Polk County. So I decided to take a class, fly all the way to Georgia, and invest in myself, and I brought it back home to Polk County. So here I am now at Blaze Shop offering my technique as well as my locks.
That's what I'm talking about. Invest in yourself.
I ain't mad at that. So we're going to definitely jump into the topic, how we like to do. So this week's topic is choosing your enemies wisely. This is one of those topics, especially in life and business. You kind of look around yourself, you're like, hey, we all feel like we got enemies. We all feel like we got haters, those people, those things that impact us in certain ways, whether positive or negative. But are we picking the right enemies? And sometimes in business, we allow, and even in life, we allow the wrong enemies to impact us. So we just wanted to dive into this topic a little bit. Baby, when you think about this, what do you come to you?
I ain't know you was gonna try to preach on the podcast. Sometimes in life we gotta be. I didn't know that's what we was doing.
I'm done preaching. Go ahead.
So I mean, if I think about some of my enemies aren't necessarily people, and I don't think I choose them wisely. I think one of my biggest enemies is procrastination. And sometimes procrastination comes to me in the form of a person, and I have to understand, like,
Well, I swear to God.
like this is your enemy, and
Wow.
I don't know if I always choose it, but I do think that I accept it sometimes, and it hinders my movement in business. That's how I feel. Y'all can relate?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would y'all say? No,
Because I
Well,
can't relate on that.
I on that topic, at first I was like, man, it was like, don't they choose you? You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, when I feel like I just use them as like competition.
See,
You know what I'm
but that's
saying?
when
Like
you think
a
of an
positive,
enemy as a
like-
person.
Mhm.
But sometimes, like when you're choosing your enemy, so let's just say, if you want to be competitive, and let's say
Yeah.
tattoos,
Yeah.
like whatever, maybe you choose an enemy that helps you like level up your game. You know what I'm saying? So if you're thinking that like this person, let's say, like, oh man, they tattoos good, I gotta be better than you.
Yeah.
So now it's like a competition.
Mhm.
So maybe that helps you level up, and you chose that person as an enemy, so that way that's how you think.
Yeah.
It just really just it's
Yeah,
like
it's never like nothing nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? It's just as I would use it as sort of as like a battery type to boost you to like advance. You know, so you won't be at a standstill. You know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would look at enemies like how you would look at a hater.
Yeah.
You know, as a person, and haters choose you, but I think we're beyond that. You know what I mean? Like you're not looking at it as like a hater standpoint because they choose you. And right now, I just feel like where I am in business and just mentally, I'm not looking at the haters. I'm looking at like what I'm choosing as far as an enemy, or what I allow in my life as far as like a hater's gonna be there regardless, but that's not really what I'm on as far as enemies go. But although, I mean, you can look at it that way too. What?
No,
Give me a
bro.
whole bunch of side eye.
No, bro, because your intro was real petty, man. My enemy is procrastination, and sometimes it takes the form of a person. I don't really choose the person, but you said I do.
So what you're saying is I chose the enemy.
Did you not?
Yes, I did choose the
See,
enemy.
there we go. See?
But sometimes you choose, like, let's say, like, you choose an evil, but you don't really understand, like, it hasn't manifested itself fully at the time you chose it. So, while the short answer is yes, but I didn't know that's what I was choosing at the time.
I hear you, but I don't even look at people as the enemies. For me, I think one of my biggest enemies, I would say, is
Who picked procrastination?
one of my biggest enemies is complacency. And I'll say that sometimes we get to a place where we're comfortable and we think it's okay to stay there. And it may not necessarily be anything bad, but you're not progressing, you're not moving forward anymore. And maybe you're happy there, but life is kind of showing you like, man, you can do so much more, you can have so much more, but you still like, nah, I don't really want to go too far out there because I don't know what out there looks like. And sometimes it's that fear of challenging yourself. So it's like, man, no, I'm just gonna stay right here. I'm good here. I'm complacent here. Everything's settled. Everything moves the way it needs to move. I'm content. So that's one of my enemies. I got a lot of enemies, but it ain't necessarily people. It's things or systems around me. Sometimes my biggest motivation, like another enemy I have ain't necessarily a person. I'll sometimes see people who are doing the things I know I can do, and I'm like, all right, man, I need to try to use them as my motivation. But I still got to deal with that enemy of complacency as well. So I'm like, man, which enemy is winning out, and how do I navigate through those processes of, all right, how do I fight off these enemies to better myself, and then progress to move forward? It's challenging at times.
All right, I'm gonna read this comment. It says, enemies choose me. They see something in you that is great in their eyes that they lack. A hater points out your weaknesses, which a hater is more beneficial because it shows you what you can work on better.
That's facts.
You agree?
Facts. I agree. And I also agree on the part of, that procrastination would be one, and complacency. I'm kind of scared of complacency. Like, when I start to feel like comfortable, I think it's time to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think when you land somewhere, it's for a season, and, you just make the best of it for growth.
I'm really big on seasons, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's time to go. And I use my experience. Like, I was at a shop for 8 years, and I offered my loyalty for the owner, because he had taught me a lot. I stood there, and I was going through seasons, dry seasons, and I would have up moments and down moments, not knowing that it was my time to go. So once I left, I went to another shop. After 8 years, in 2020, I've seen like I just went. I just boosted. Yeah, like I leveled up like mad quick within like a month, and I was like, man, why didn't I do this a lot sooner? And then that started to register on me, like the seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go. Like, and that's just one thing with me, like just the complacency.
I think it comes from a place of just being scared, you know?
Yeah.
I think I experienced that a lot, for sure.
Yeah, I think based on y'all elaborating on the situation, I can think about like replacement within my own business. When it comes to staying in a certain spot, you're like, you want to eventually make more and see more, do more.
Mm-hmm.
So I would see on Instagram other locticians outside of the state of Florida. They're doing this, they're doing that, and I'm like, man, I need to be able to level up myself. And here I am afraid, like, no one's gonna, pay for this, no one's gonna book this. But it's like getting out there and being in your own comfort zone.
Right.
You're being your own worst enemy by holding yourself back from more you can do.
That's facts.
So with that, I know you said you went to Atlanta to learn a new technique and bring it back here to Polk County.
Well, she also did James Brown's daughter's locks, because the comments say that too.
You got support out there. They're gonna help you out.
Yeah.
So that piece of it there, like think about that. Like bringing something to an area that may not really be exposed to something like that, that can be like the enemy of the area. Like if you saw something online or you saw someone doing something successful in another area, it don't have nothing to do with you. You and this person may not ever meet, but I see success in that. I want to mimic that. You know what? I'm not even going to use this as a motivation of hate. I'm going to use it as a motivation of success. All right, I'm choosing you as my enemy because I know I can do exactly what you're doing. I can motivate myself to be as good as you. And all I need to do is just put myself in the right situations. Going to a whole different area to learn something, then to bring it back here, that's a testament of success. Like, hey, I chose an enemy. My enemy is learning how to do this thing here. I'm going to perfect it, and then I'm going to bring it back to an area that may not be exposed to it as much. But once they know, hey, man, I'm the one that's got it, I'm the one that's doing it, then more and more people like, man, that's who you want to go to because you dominating the market.
Right.
Look at you being a little hype man.
But no, definitely, when I first started, I was like, I'm in Haines City. Who's going to come to Haines City? But I use Instagram as my platform to get to other states, other cities, and I started seeing people coming from California, Memphis, New York, Canada. I recently had someone come from the Bahamas, so me having the faith in myself, it took off using the platform of Instagram.
So that's what's up. So you see more clients from other places than what you see here?
Definitely.
That's what they say.
We always say that Polk County, we kind of laid back, we're a little bit slow and stuff. But I know that this area here is developing in such a rapid place that it's either going to make people either step up or step out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, we're growing way too fast and absorbing too many different cultures and ideas and ideologies that we can't continue to just say, hey man, the stuff that we've been doing 20, 30 years ago is going to continue to be profitable or make money or bring success in here. The same people that used to hang on the block, they're still hanging on the block. Nobody cares for that no more. It's like, what is that enemy? What is that thing that's going to... For me also, it's looking around in my area and knowing that there's more people who's not from this area coming in, seeing what the gems are, utilizing it, and starting to build their brand and their business. Like,
Yeah.
Lake Alfred has only had 3,000 people in it for I don't know how long. They projecting that place to have almost 30,000 people in the next 10 years. You know what type of jump that's going to be just in little Lake Alfred?
I was gonna say I don't think people even know what Lake Alfred is.
Right. Think about that. It's in between Winter Haven and Haines City and I-4. You literally run out of Lake Alfred in a minute.
Right.
35,000 people?
Maybe people with the lack of motion would be like an enemy. Like now we need to build circles of people who got motion, people who go to different areas, learn stuff and bring it back, and people who want to collaborate and just build instead of, like the people that you say, hang on the corner and this ain't what we do, we don't like that here. Maybe we don't know those people, so we treat those people like the enemy because we're looking for, new collaborations and, new beginnings, I guess you call it.
I'm with that.
That's for sure. That's kind of why I've been wanting to relocate as well, because I see the potential around the community.
So where are you from?
I was born in the Bronx, lived out, raised in Boston. Yeah, raised out in Boston, and I just moved out here in 2011 to the city, and then now relocating over here to Alfred.
Alfred?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, he one of the
He a part of the
35,000.
Yeah, so just staking it out, and I think change for the better, and also if it does jump, like, wouldn't you want to take advantage of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and be a part of it and say, I remember when this wasn't like this, and look at it now, it's jumping,
Yeah.
and you expand your brand, your brand. Personal
We gotta
brand.
be a part of the movement is what it is.
Mhm.
So you got this topic, it's a book that is called Choose Your Enemies Wisely, right?
Yes.
Who wrote the book?
All right, so this book was written by a gentleman by the name of Patrick Bet-David. Patrick Bet-David is an Iranian Syrian immigrant who moved to the United States back when with his parents. Back when he was like, I'm giving you something because people may want to know. Back when he's like 10 or 11 years old, and through trial and error, he's been able to build a multi-million-dollar brand. And he started off as just a regular person. Like, he had no leg up in the game, for example. His dad worked at a 99-cent store his life, for the majority of his life until he was able to retire his dad. But it was one of those things where, and he talks about it in his book, he was like, hey, I remember going to a party with my dad, and some of the friends that they was all chatting around, interacting how friends do at the party. And one of the friends looked at his dad and said, hey, it's Patrick, his dad name is something Patrick Bet-David.
Come on now, get to the
Man, let me get
All
this
right,
story.
come on.
So the reason why it's important is because in Iran, or where they came from, his dad was somebody of importance. when he came over here to the U.S., he's not important anymore. He's just someone who runs a 99-cent store. So the dude kind of made a joke like, oh, look at you now. You used to be this over here, now you this. What was all of that? What was all of that for? So he said, man, that dude became his enemy because he wanted, the next time he saw him, he wanted to make sure that he could retire his dad. Not only retire his dad as a millionaire, but he wanted to be able to look back at that man and say, thank you for giving me the motivation to get out of my own way. He was just playing around. He went to the military, kind of dropped out, did some BS stuff. But it was like, man, that dude became my motivation. And it wasn't that he said, and it wasn't that I hated the man, I loved him for it. But I knew that feeling that I felt in that moment, in the way he saw on his dad's face, he said, I never want to relive that again. Was that good enough? Because I know I talked too long.
You was just playing around with the name, and it was like you was caught up with the small details.
Yes.
You wanted to understand.
Let me get through the details.
You don't gotta do all that with your face, but it really sounds like if you break down the book, then really he felt like the dude was a hater, like the dude was hating on his dad essentially, and he just used that as motivation to go out and really like level up and get it, and then retire his dad, become a millionaire, so you could be like, look at me now, type of thing. That's how I took it. That's how it.
That's how.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but the dude was like family. That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't like somebody they wasn't familiar with, some stranger. It was,
Family can be haters.
family can be haters, but sometimes family
Right,
family can be some of your biggest haters. But sometimes family can be some of the biggest motivation. Because in business, sometimes we think that our family's supposed to support our brands and our business, and maybe, hey, I want to prove to my family like you is now my enemy. Because I assumed that you would support me and you would help me, but you ain't really doing as much as I thought you was gonna do. But you know what? I'm gonna get to this point now. When I see you, I can say, "Hey, what you need? I got us. We can do this." Because I know in business, like especially, look, man, we think our family gonna be the people that's holding us down.
friends too, family and / friends. You think that, and that's not the case.
They come to you when they want the free and the discounts and stuff like that. You be like, "Man, I gotta run a business."
Yeah, I have a friend, Lamar, photography. I always supported him when it came to business. Never looked for a discount because I'm like, friend. He's like, no, I'll do it for this. I'm like, no, friend, that's not what we're doing. We're going to start it this way. We're going to continue it this way, full price.
That's good. I was gonna be messy and be like, wait, so you asked for the discount, and he was like, nah.
No.
I'm not that person, so I'm never gonna change it. Tell anybody to change their price.
Come and say you pay full price, friend.
But if you gonna give me the friends and family discount on your own choosing,
You ain't gonna say no.
I ain't gonna be like, man, raise that up. I'm like, I appreciate it. That's just me. But I ain't gonna never tell anybody that their price is. I'm never gonna try to convince anybody to change their price in business. And sometimes you get that crap a lot. Like, oh man, how much is that? Man, I know somebody over here can do it for that much. Then go to them.
Yeah, go for him.
Then go to them.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Because what's your budget, not their budget. So.
That's the value.
And quality.
And that
Yeah.
timing that goes into stuff, man. Timing that goes into things, man.
Temu and Wish can give you a lot of cheap stuff. But
Who
Some-
say the quality ain't there?
I don't know that. I don't get Temu too much because, like, you know, sometimes they come through. Sometimes it be iffy, but sometimes I be like, oh shoot, this was a win.
it's never gonna be a win with you. I'm gonna stand quiet.
Word.
I'll see what I go through.
So this comment says you pay full price, but I also don't mind if you go somewhere else. And I think that's a true friend because sometimes people get mad at you as in business if you have a deal with someone else or you use someone else. So like you were talking about your friend in photography.
Right.
If you find someone else that maybe offer a promotion, you go to them. If your friend is a photographer, sometimes they get mad, like you can't use anybody else, you can't do. So I think that's a good relationship. If, hey, I understand in business, you go somewhere else, or, you know, you pay me full price, but if the price is better or the service, whatever it may be, you still use them, we can still be cool. Because I think in this business thing, for me, there's been a lot of relationships, and I won't call them friendships, but
Business.
acquaintances, maybe business ships, something where it just hasn't lasted because people expect that you have to use them for a certain service, or you know, you have to go with them whatever the price may be because I know you because we were cool. Then that's just automatically what it is, and that's not really how business works. Like I can't thrive in business if I pay, you know, this astronomical price and I know that's not really what my budget is. So I can appreciate that for that friendship. So just going off of that comment, I think that's a good look.
Yeah, definite.
Nah, I was gonna say like you gotta come already with a mindset to separate business and you know friendship. But however, you know I wouldn't. I don't think I could take that personal. You know what I'm saying? Like if they go someone else or something like that, I wouldn't take it personal.
I'm throwing a flag on the play.
Yeah.
You think you
I'm throwing a flag on the
Why
play.
you
don't believe it?
As a barber,
As
listen, so you edge up somebody, you know, and all of a sudden they come sit back in your chair a month later with, like, you know, that wasn't the edge you gave them, and they've been coming to you. Like, y'all, barbers take that a little bit more personal, man. I've been going to the same barber for like 20-some years. My man take care of me, do me right. Jermaine, he do me right. But every now and then he be booked up, and I'm like, man, I gotta go somewhere else.
yeah.
Oh, so you got edged up somewhere else, huh? Man, you wasn't running the back. Man, you know, you just called me. I did it. You doing it for 20 years. No, man, you run a business. Like, no, you just call me. All right, man. Damn, I'll call you next time.
I don't.
See, flag on the play.
I don't know. For me, I can't. I just keep it moving, man. Like, cause I know with one that leaves, two are gonna come. So it always happens.
So you got a different mindset then.
Yeah. I guess that's what kept my cool, probably. You know, cause I've heard it a lot. Like a lot of people take it personal, but I'm like, I don't know. I have thick skin, I guess.
In business, you do have to have thick skin.
So it's mine.
So you were gonna say something before you started talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, being that my best friend Lamar is a photographer, like I always talk to him about stuff, you know. He's aware I done went to a photographer in Orlando, so but it's like he said, you supported me so much, I don't care who you go to. You know.
So let's say you didn't support him so much. Maybe you went to him once and then you started using someone else. Do you think that would have affected your friendship then?
It depends on how he would feel about it, because I feel like I don't think I would want to just go once to my friend and then support the next person. I gotta at
But
least.
what if your friend like specializes in something else? Like let's say your friend specializes in maternity photos.
God damn.
And you can't really use that service because that's not what you do. You do hair. But the person in Orlando, specializes in taking, you know, hair photography. So you start using that person. Do you think your friend would feel differently then?
No, I don't think he should feel different. But when it comes to maternity, you know, that's a special moment. He's my best friend. I allow him to take those pictures. Definitely. He just gotta make sure.
Oh, you messy a lot of
He
it.
gotta make sure he do it exactly how I say. So that's when it comes down to some people like, I don't really care to deal with friends or family when it comes to my business because they're gonna be a headache. And we done talked about it. Like sometimes you don't care if they go to someone else because that's less headache you can deal with. You can let the next person deal with it. You don't want the stress.
I don't like the way you took the jab.
I wasn't taking a jab.
You was, bro.
I just know that you specialize in like a certain type of thing. So I wanted to see what this was gonna be.
My dog is an artiste, and he specializes in all photos, but he definitely be making them
No,
pregnant
I
women
feel
look
like
great.
it right. So I feel like if
He
you
de-
ask him, he would tell you
He
he
definitely
specializes in this.
He definitely make them pregnant women look awesome.
Right. So that means he has a specialty in taking these.
But you saying he can't take a picture of a quick weave?
No, that's not what I'm saying. And you're not gonna call her locks quick weave. That's not what
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna do.
He can't take a picture of the locks.
I'm not saying that he couldn't. I was using an example that if he specializes in this, like if the women with the big bellies hang from the ceiling perfectly, and that's what he do, then what if he don't do this, and how would that affect their friendship? I'm just asking a question because sometimes people will say, "Hey, I specialize in this," and you say, "Well, I need just something a little differently," but they don't want to deviate from what they specialize in, and you got to just fit in the box. But I don't want my business to fit in that box. But now it affects the friendship because you didn't just go along with the flow. And that's not fair to you as a business person, which is what I was asking.
I hear you. In your petty way.
He said, I get it. He told me I was in the clear. I like to be messy sometimes, so you know.
So if y'all don't know, like a lot of people that's in the comments, so that way we kind of can make them a part of the show, which is why you hear my boy Lamar name coming up quite often because he definitely running the comments today. He running the comments today. He dominating. So we gonna give him that energy. Lamar Penny Photography. If y'all looking for a photographer, there you go. A shout out. Run it.
LP shot it.
There y'all go. You gonna have to pay us for these shout outs, just to be clear. You gonna have to like come up with some coins. I'm gonna need a free photo shoot. Headshot or something.
There you go with that free.
He does.
I said for the shout outs.
Yeah, he does all.
We used each other there.
Gotcha.
Dang.
Any other enemies you got?
I don't know, but I feel like Lamar hired you on the side because it's crazy how you acting in this chair. No, I'm just saying you belong to Boss Fest. Like,
Yes, ma'am.
get in line.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So really, I mean, I guess to bring it back to what we was talking about, if you have a friend or you were in a business ship with someone and they act that way, do you then treat that person like, are they now your enemy? Or you still hustle and you look at that person like, hey, now this is the enemy and I just got to do better. Is that like kind of what you were bringing it into?
In some aspects of it, cause just hearing the word enemy all the time, we always correlate to something negative. I'm trying to turn it into something positive. I'm not looking at somebody who's trying to down me. I'm looking at people that can elevate me. And let's say I want to become a barber one day, shooting. I know this man got the best lineups in the game, and he posting them on social media. I'm gonna watch what he do.
And then he gonna become your enemy.
He may become my enemy in a positive way. Hey man, that man got the best line. Yeah. I may send people. I may go sit in the chair. All right, you see. Okay, you get that. Try to fit. I'm gonna try to fit. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna talk to the man. I don't like to use the term picking your brain, because I feel like when you're picking someone's brain, you're trying to take something from them and you're not trying to give them back anything. But if I'm sitting in the chair, I gave him the money to cut my hair, so for them 30 to 45 minutes, I should be able. I'm gonna have that conversation. If he give me the dialogue, he give me the game. That's what it is. I think that's the same thing with anybody doing. Somebody sitting in your chair who wish to do hair, locks, a little girl or something, and you doing her locks and stuff, and she start asking questions. Hey, this, that. Listen, you may become that motivation, but that I look at it, hey man, you that reason why I'm now going to push myself harder, because I see what you're doing. I see it's profitable. I want to get here and get beyond this.
So we need to change the thought process of the word enemy.
Absolutely.
That be inspiration though, like,
because you don't want him to call you enemy.
Do I inspire you? Or
you could, but sometimes inspiration ain't enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm inspired by you, but that feeling sometimes it fades too quickly.
Yeah.
I know some people that hate some people for years and they don't even remember why they hate them, but they still hate them. Like, you were my enemy. What was I mad at you about? You know what? I don't know, but I can't let go of that feeling. It's manifesting that feeling into something positive, not to destroy somebody, but like, how do I take that and say, yes, I'm going to use this to drive me for the next 10, 20 years. Like you said, you still hate some people from 10, 20 years ago.
Yep.
Whether you know it or not, remember it or whatever.
No, I know it. I may not remember exactly why, but I know I don't like them.
Right, and you would never like them again.
I think we like social media will have like, it'll be part of that. And we tend to forget why, because of so many like bloggers nowadays that are so broadcasting or so showing off their work that you tend to forget, like, you know what I'm saying, like
Where the camaraderie?
Yeah, you know what I mean, like what was I mad about? You know, so I don't know, like, see that as inspiration, sort of.
So I feel like that's basically almost how you're using the word enemy, is like that person's an inspiration, but just a deeper type of connection with that person to like help you level up. So this comment says, are enemies necessary for growth? So what do y'all think?
Yeah, when you're thinking about leveling up, motivating yourself to do what they're doing but better.
And try to like keep the envious part of it. I don't know, like
At the forefront.
Yeah, like
Keep going. Yeah.
just you keep going, but don't like be envious in a sense, but use it, to propel
Use
you
it
in a
right.
way, like to cause some type of like drive.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing ever personal with the person, you know what I mean? So, like,
I don't know. Can you keep the envious? Like if you were looking at a person like your enemy, so that they fuel the fire, can you keep the envy at bay in order to just look at them like that? Because isn't it like we're all human? So isn't it a part of it where you kind of be envious? Like they doing good. Like they got all the social media followers.
Yeah.
A lot of people paying $200 for haircuts to go to this person. Like you don't feel a certain type of way,
I guess, nah, because it ain't affecting my money, my pockets. If it ain't affecting my pockets, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna go with Kevin said. I'm gonna throw a flag
how
on
can
the
you're gonna throw a flag? If it
Because
ain't,
I think it's easy
I mean,
to say, but is it true?
I think I can speak on it. So there's a loctician that's out of the state of Florida, but I see their work and see what they're doing and how they're doing. I'm like, if they can go to her, they can come to me.
Mhm.
If they can pay their price with her, they can pay it with me. So that's
So it would make you feel some type of way.
Right.
Call out. 'Cause,
I ain't
No, but
flag.
But what if your enemy is not necessarily a person, but maybe it's the environment? Maybe let's say you take this place like Atlanta, right? And we know that things in Atlanta move faster. There's a much bigger audience to cater to everyone. So a haircut in Atlanta could cost you $150.
God, dog.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like a straight up. You go send somebody a check, it may cost you $150 and stuff like that. Here in Polk County, it may not because we're not that level. But if there's 6 million people in that little area though, and it's only 700,000 and 66% of them are white.
Here goes your fake fact.
Those real facts. Those
You
real
just use
facts.
numbers.
I use real numbers.
Okay.
Hey, maybe his enemy, man. How do I entice more white people to sit in my chair if I don't really have a white base? Or how do I entice more Hispanic people to sit in my chair if I don't have a Hispanic base? If all I got is a black base, and all right, how do I attract these different workers that man come get your edge and line up with it? No, too many white people with lots, but I know it happens in Florida. But hey, how do you attract that audience in this area so that way you can now say, I can now charge this rate?
Be marketing. That comes down to marketing.
all it takes is probably them seeing one of that kind of person on your page or in your business. Say, okay, well, they're doing white people here, Mexicans. I'm gonna go to her because I see it's been done already.
I think it's diversifying it, putting like 5 posts of whites, you know what I'm saying, minorities, that.
I feel like social media is my enemy because I can't get
You can
posted on
use it to
social
your
media.
advantage.
But you can, but I don't know, sometimes, I guess that's just me sitting in my own way because I'm like, man, is this post right? Do it look right? Am I saying the right thing? Then I post nothing.
Yeah. That's get that. That's normal though.
Yeah. So I feel like social media is.
But
is
you
the
gotta
enemy.
post something, because then if that
Yeah, then
you
you doing
standing
nothing.
still like
Right.
nah, or you just post something and not really write down. I think they gotta be adapted to your story, and like your feel.
Well, sometimes you post stuff you don't even believe in. Like I see a lot of people posting stuff,
Just because everybody else
just because everybody posting it, they'll maybe redo something or take a trend or something, whatever. That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's like how I just want to be an influencer nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like I see like they gravitate to it.
That's like a new thing now. Influence.
Yeah,
I don't
like
even know people know what it
influence.
means. You just want to do that.
If I got enough people following me, I can influence them to now support and do things. But people trying to find their own niche in the game. Like, think about that. Like, I think about the dude Keith Lee who do the food surveys. Everybody kind of know what he's doing now. All he was doing is going into places and saying, "My phone, I ain't turn my mouth."
Okay.
He was going into places and just saying, "Hey, I like this food. I don't like this food." He was doing that for years until all of a sudden he went to the right place and he promoted somebody's stuff. And then all of a sudden, them people woke up the next morning and saw a line around their building and said, man, this man generated this. And now all of a sudden, if he walks into any establishment, if your junk is great, you're not going to sell out. If your junk is trash, you might not get another customer. So it's those things. Like, but that was something he stood on, and he did that for years until it finally popped. Some of us are looking for that instant success. Like, oh man, I put 2 posts out today. Why ain't I famous?
Yeah, that's big.
So I say one of my enemies is complacency.
I think you just stay consistent. You never know.
Consistency.
You know, the consistency is a big part of that. There's always somebody watching.
Now that is really the truth. Somebody is always watching, whether you know it or not. They're paying attention. And I've seen now through like us doing Boss Fest, where people have actually been able to level up through like our events or whatever, and us not know it. And people say like, "Hey man, like we follow your story, we follow what y'all doing." And I'm like, "What? We just act a fool on the camera, like you know."
Yeah.
But people really do
Watch.
always, yeah, they really do always watch. So that's true.
And the algorithm is funny too.
It was funny.
The more they share, the algorithm, the more they share stuff like that, and like the more likes,
Yeah,
bounce
more
you
push you
to-
out.
Yeah, push you out more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you don't do anything, they definitely
Yeah, shadow ban.
shadow ban, shut you down. So shadow ban is the enemy. Shadow ban.
No, I think it's still social media that's the enemy. Because if you use what he said, like consistency, and you constantly put stuff out, people start liking it, then it'll push you further. But if you sporadically do it, it's not going to do that for you. And then that's how you end up in shadow ban land.
I should get a shirt with that on.
You always want a shirt.
I want a shirt. Sometimes, hey man, I'm a shadow ban. Yeah.
Shadow ban, man.
Go trademark that.
I think the importance of what we're saying is, while we're saying you choose your enemies wisely, what it really is that you're choosing what fuels you to greatness. Whether you call it your enemy or, basically just your fuel for better. It's all in the wording, but either way, it's kind of the same thing. I summarized your book better?
Hell no.
I did. I summarized the book.
Because the key word isn't really enemy, it's wisely.
You thought you said something then. You know how somebody say something and they be like, and you still don't get it, and you're like, what are you doing? That's how I felt right then. Like, why are you doing that? I don't understand. Next time y'all say something to somebody, just like you just drop the mic on them.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we gonna all do.
Next time I say something, just go.
Did it. Done. Wisely. Throw it out there.
I can't say
I mean,
it.
that's just how I felt. We like, what? Wisely. Okay.
With all my spirit.
So I actually heard about choosing your enemies wisely through a podcast that I listened to. So obviously they probably read the book that you... Did you read the book or you just heard of the book?
I read the book.
Okay. Then they probably read the book as well. And that's just what I took from listening to the podcast. And what you explained with the book is we can replace the word enemy with something else, and it really is just fueling, greatness. That's what I took from it. That ain't what y'all getting?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Okay, like you acting like
Don't be
I'm
forcing your no.
I'm
Don't
just asking
do
you.
not force your opinion on these lovely people. They don't feel that
But
way.
she's right, because I came in thinking like I can't relate to that topic, and now as we all elaborated on it, I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely see where it's going and how we can get you to where you need to be.
Except for my explanation. My explanation.
What was it?
I don't know. Sure.
Might be my AirPods. So she agrees. That's what I want to take from that.
I agree
Same,
as well.
see?
I agree as well. That is what we're saying there. To amp you up.
Yeah,
That's that.
wisely. Throw it out there. Bam. Said it. don't know how that's gonna look on camera when I do it, but
Don't worry, I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna have you look at the food.
the point is,
God, I'm gonna do it.
when you say stuff, you just think you dropped the mic. That's the point.
That's what he did. He dropped the mic. That was the mic he dropped.
That's her dropping stuff.
The point was we didn't understand it, but he wanted us to get the book so bad. But if you didn't read the book, most people look at an enemy as though a person that like means them harm.
At first, I thought it was an enemy, but then I was like, nah, they talking business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, competition, the way that I look at it is, you know, but
That's a good one.
in a positive aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever could help you feel to propel you to do greater and get out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Think about it from a sports dynamic. So anybody's following any sports, whatever type of sport it is you like, there's a certain level of competition. It's healthy competition. I'm engaging with you. Before that whistle blows or before the game starts, we can be interacting, we can be cool, friendly, we can have the best relationship. But once that whistle blows, you now became my enemy.
Yeah.
My goal now is to win at all costs and outlast you so that at the end of the game, I'm the one standing as the champion. How many friends have we stepped over to be great in those environments? Like people I played against, people I call brothers, cousins, played on. You lined up on the opposite side of me.
Mm-hmm.
That might be my blood family member, but right now you're my enemy.
Yeah.
I don't hate you, but I know for me to be great, I have to get through you now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should have led with that. That would have made us understand from the very. Just saying.
All right, it's out there now. What you got? You got something good while you're over here?
No, I'm just saying that when you put it like that, that is a great understanding of what we're talking about here today.
You got something better? Because I got more.
No, that was good. Like living me saying it was good. God.
It ain't often you tell me I did something good. I don't know how to take that.
Don't do that. Don't do that on these people's camera. Don't do that. I said it was good. I understand. So I don't understand a lot of sports stuff, but I definitely can get how in sports you can go from like, hey, we're brothers to now we're playing this game to at the end being congratulated, whoever win or lose, like you still played good. I'm still trying to do my best. You still trying to do your best, but I support you. And that's what we're saying here. So I just felt like that was, yeah, it was, see?
That was my mic drop.
Yeah, that's what you should have dropped the mic on instead of that wisely stuff that nobody understood.
All right. We'll cut that out and we'll do that one.
So listen, as we get ready to wrap this up, is there anything that y'all want to leave the people with?
Basically, if you're out there and you're wanting to start a business, make sure that you don't listen to others when they have negative to say about you starting a business. Take that class, pay that price. Don't worry about the price of that class because you'll make it back in tenfolds. So just keep that in mind. Like invest in yourself always.
You said don't worry about the price of that class. That class you took for them locks must have been pricey.
What cost
Sound
We
me?
gonna talk about that at the camera because she said don't worry about that
Don't worry about
class.
that class. And it was in
No,
Atlanta
I'll
too.
tell you. So actually, I took 2 classes. The one in Atlanta was $850. I took a class in West Palm that was $1350. So here I am making it back. So
That's what's up.
you can't think about the price sometimes, especially when you invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself, and you gotta pay that price so you know how it feels. So my mentor says that if you don't pay that, you can't expect somebody else to pay that.
Right.
So I agree with that.
What I would say is just surround yourself by positive people. Ignore the naysayers, man. Keep attacking. Be consistent every day. Attack what you want to, where you see yourself at. Work little step by step until you complete your goal. And even then, make up another goal to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up. And put God first, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, no, not I guess. guess. But put God's first. Everything else will work out in the way.
That's what's up. So now let the people know how to follow y'all on social media, how to book the services. I mean,
Okay.
we paid money for classes.
Yeah, we pay money. We need these people in chairs getting
Okay.
paid up.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at JD Lux Hair Creations, JDLUX Creations. I'm so sorry, but JD Lux Hair Creations. You can follow me on Instagram. You'll find my prices and availability.
That's what's up. So the price on Instagram too?
Prices on my booking site.
Okay.
They'll find that.
Because I don't like the whole you gotta inbox me to get
No,
the price.
I'm definitely not that type. I don't even
You're
like.
not the inbox price type.
No, my prices are out there.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
great.
let 'em know. So
Yeah.
you can find me on Instagram, g.sep. That's GDOTSEP. And my square link for my appointments will be right on there. And then I also have Instagram for my art page, which is g.sep. So the period and SEP. And that's my artwork there too.
So the second one is how they book you for like the tattoos and stuff?
No, the first one is
Okay.
the first one.
Alright, y'all got the info. If y'all need help, just put it in the comments and we'll have them go on the chat and also type in the information. Cause I got lost in the dots and stuff, I ain't gonna lie.
You got lost in the dots.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus.
G dot.
Yeah.
G dot. G dot.
Okay.
My name Kevin.
You can
Follow me on MySpace.
They still.
Go ahead. That's why you the enemy now.
That's why Facebook don't like me. Whatever. Go ahead and close this out, baby.
All right, so we appreciate y'all joining us. Boss Fest had taken a little sabbatical. Somebody got the flu, so we was sick for a couple weeks, but we back. We appreciate y'all joining us this Wednesday. Again, we're at the Blaze Barbershop here in Winter Haven, so definitely check them out. Super talented people up in this building. Beautiful space. We appreciate them hosting us here. We will see y'all again next Wednesday, and we out.
Peace.
Peace.